and welcome to Love Island the morning after, the only official Love Island podcast. This morning we are joined by the lovely Mariam Musa.
Hello.
And guys, a very special guest. It is Dami Hope.
Is that what we're all doing?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having
How
me.
you feeling? Good morning.
I'm excited.
Yeah, fancy catching you here this morning.
Yeah, I see you all the time, but this is different.
Yeah, it's different.
Why am I getting shy? What's going on?
This is so cute to watch. It's like lovebirds.
So guys, should we get into the drama of last night?
Yeah.
Guys, is Joey's head gonna turn? Just give me a yes or a no.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
In unison.
Hi, babe. I'm Grace. What's your name?
Samantha, are you okay?
Nice to meet you. I'm good.
The villa has been rattled. I know one of the girls, Grace, we was, I guess seeing each other.
Hello.
How are you?
Long time no see.
Time to see. Yeah. Head's gone.
So guys, we've got new bombshell Grace. As we saw last night, she's got some history with Joey. They actually met in Ibiza. They had a little bit of a summer fling. It carried on when they got back home, but it did fizzle out. And here they are again, back in the Love Island villa.
It's going to be interesting.
Let's go.
It really is.
The situation he has with Sam is very intense. And I feel like when someone's so on top of you, even at the slightest things, it kind of makes you backtrack.
Yeah.
And I feel like that in itself is pushing him away. So he's not at fault to try and want to even reconnect an old flame.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Even if it wasn't Grace, if there was someone that was attractive or, a bit of him, he would go there. I think for Joey, we've seen him without any real interest. No girl other than Samantha's actually had the guts, I would say, to be bold with if they find him attractive, they want to get to know him. So for him, it's Joey Essex. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm surprised all the girls aren't going for him. So for him, maybe this is the perfect situation. Fresh meat, someone new, I can actually get to know someone else without just the same person who just likes me, and there hasn't been any battle for that either.
Yeah. Joey did say that the relationship fizzled out because he felt like it was getting a bit too intense. Do we think this was a bit cowardly of him? And now that they are back together in the villa, do you think this might push them together, I say?
I feel like personally for me, I feel like if you're going to cop out of a relationship that you have with someone, it is very cowardly to leave quietly, especially if you guys had a connection or a deep romance. It's not fair on the other person to leave like that. But then he did try and say he reached out to her, which is kind of like a playboy move.
Yeah.
But in a sense, if he was coming with good intentions, we can't really fault him.
Can I just say one thing, right?
What's up?
What's up? Guys, what does he mean by intense? Because do you know what? As much as I'm loving Joey, and obviously Samantha is intense, but it's does Joey have commitment issues?
Ooh.
Can I throw that out there?
No, that's true.
He has been multiple dating shows.
Yeah.
And is this the final one? Does he actually have commitment issues? Because clearly, when you're getting to know someone, you're trying to get in a relationship.
Yeah.
So what do you have that makes it feel, I can't do that? Because that's what I get from Joey. It gets to a point where it's he backs out.
No, probably touches on what you said. Maybe it's commitment. Maybe as soon as it gets to the point where it seems like, this is moving too fast, his relationship, he kind of backs away. But he shouldn't be. He's 33 years old now, I think, coming to. So
and he's saying that's the thing. He wants him to settle down. And it's if you want to settle down and meet someone serious, relationships aren't easy.
Yeah.
It is hard. So you have to kind of face it and deal with what a relationship entails, which is commitment.
It's true.
You know?
It's true.
Absolutely.
But Love Island does that to you, man. You might be coming there not to commit, but it's going to make you commit.
You end up committing.
Iron needs to learn that. Just putting it out there. No shade.
Not the slight shade.
No shade, but go on.
So, Joey, he had the option to choose 2 islanders in the game. The challenge was kiss the 2 people that you would like to have a 3-way kiss with. He ended up kissing Grace and Tiffany.
Yeah.
It was an intense watch. Last night, all 3 of us were on the edge of our seats. We were screaming. I was holding.
I was giggling. I was
so
even my cap fell off. I was like, no.
It was a lot. I mean, what do we think about that?
I know I have my fair share in 3-way kisses, so,
From experience.
Anyways.
But that was very hot. It was
hot.
so spicy. I feel like it's what the season kind of needed right now. I'm not gonna lie, I've not been so energized from an episode like I have. I feel like the past few episodes have been a bit draining because of all these triangles and it was getting a bit messy. But now this brought in some life into it, you know?
And you know what I liked? You'll touch on this later, but unlike Kieran, Joey didn't do a cowardly move.
Exactly.
He knew he was going to be under fire by kissing Tiffany and Grace. We even saw him. He was thinking about it for a good while. I thought, do you know what? Sod it. I'm just going to do it. It's a game. I'm here to explore and just have fun. And he did it. And he did it well.
He stood on business.
business.
You know what, I've been saying all week, I've been wanting the tables to shake. I want to see it shake. And he did that for me. And I just loved it because I'm just going to say this the one time
I'm not gonna lie.
and defend him. I'm like, he's a lad. He's exploring. He's excited.
Yeah.
He saw 2 new girls
Gorgeous
and he was
girls.
like, do you know what? I want to kiss them too. And he stood on business. He has no tights. He's not like closed off. And he said, and we can touch on this, he did say to Will, if you want to get to know Samantha, bro, do your thing.
He literally gave her away.
Take her, please.
Save me. Yeah, literally.
Samantha herself can't really be too angry because she was having her fun. She was probably trying to like get Joey to feel the thing when she was kissing. But I feel like when you're playing that game with someone that's not playing that game, you're the only one that's going to end up hurt.
You're the
I love that.
Yeah, what's that saying? You fight fire with fire, you just get burned.
And that's when you have to, once I test one area is
Sorry, that was actually really funny. I feel like it's the most saturated.
You know what I'm talking about.
We've got it.
In week 1, things really heated up in the villa. Let's look back at all the pre-love fashion moments brought to you by our headline sponsor, eBay. Joey Essex made a grand entrance, stealing kisses and hearts from 3 of the girls while wearing a stylish police cos jacket. Mimi looked stunning in her House of CB dress and fell head over heels for Io in his Harley-Davidson sleeveless tee, whilst Jess stunned in I Am Gia and a Juna Watanabe Commes des Garçons. And how can we not mention the iconic red party? All the Islanders looked incredible in their pre-love fits, with Patsy rocking a red latex dress worn by Georgia Steele in All-Stars and Ronnie sporting a red represent varsity jacket. The Islanders are definitely bringing the red hot heat. Check out eBay for villa-inspired fashion and celebrate a summer of pre-loved style. Fashion fit for a second chance. eBay, sponsors of Love Island.
We did see Samantha in the Hideaway Retreat talking about how she feels like Joey is just waiting for someone to come in.
Yeah.
Do we feel like he was always like less invested in Samantha? It's not equal, you know? The scales are a bit like this.
Yeah, I think he was less invested in Samantha. And like I said earlier, I just feel like because no girl had the confidence, the only person that I remember being very confident about who she liked was Uma for Joey, from what I remember.
At the start,
and she didn't even go there. And then past that, there's no one else. So I feel like he
There
hasn't
was a little
had...
something with Harriet, wasn't it? Like, tiny bit.
Harriet started and then they quickly
and then
turned into
quickly-
friends.
Yeah, turned into friends. So there hasn't been enough option for him. And now he's got someone from the past. So they got attraction already. They've got history. And then there's someone else that's new that's clearly gorgeous as well. And she's making interest. So Samantha just kind of been there. It's been easy. I haven't seen the sparks personally. I've seen the banter.
Yes,
they
I
have
agree.
good banter.
Yeah, banter.
But the spark, I haven't
sexual
seen
chemistry.
Like
that.
the way he kissed Grace there, I have not seen that kiss with Sam.
Yeah.
And she's been looking for that kiss as well. And I feel like if you can't give that to someone, you yourself kind of know. It's not like he's biding time, but essentially it's kind of like maybe he is in like the most nicest way because he does actually care for Sam, I feel.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
she's more invested in him than he is her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said essentially.
Because remember when she was chilling on the bed, just sunbathing, and he obviously was like to her, you know, like, I know her. And then she was already quite ready to kind of be like, oh, you guys have history, you have this. I think there's a pattern with Samantha where she self-sabotage, goes for attack
out of
mode.
insecurities.
Yeah, and it's like, chill.
Just
Sometimes I
chill,
want to say, Sam, just chill, let him talk about it and just act like you don't care. And it's easier to say when you watch it because you think you'll be like, just chill.
It's
But I
easier
feel
to
like in there, it must just be so intense and all your insecurities might come up and it's hard to act chill when you actually do like someone.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, you need some level of confidence because when you come onto a show like that, everyone that comes in, you can't like start downplaying yourself and start like self-sabotaging and before anyone's even said it and you're like, oh, you're gonna go with her. I know you like, it's like, it doesn't come off well. And someone that actually likes you, it's like they're not even able to be comfortable enough to like, you know, express, oh, this is how it was. You're not giving them the space to even actually explore. Do you know what I mean? Because you're already kind of like, you essentially start speaking for him and that's not even on his mind.
Yeah.
He's come here with you all chill, cool, just wants to like let you and then as soon as that, you're already going guns blazing. You like her, don't you? Go back. And it's like, it'll make him fall back eventually.
Yeah, I agree.
Samantha did say that she was happy to get to know someone else. She just didn't want to be waiting on the shelf, which is fair.
I think that's fair.
And I feel like maybe this is her chance. You know, I haven't really seen a connection or like any conversation per se with her and Will, but I feel like maybe this is good for her as well. Maybe she does need another bombshell to take her mind off of Joey because as you can see, Joey will start cracking on. But it's normal.
Yeah.
And I think she just needs someone to kind of like bring her back to reality a little bit.
Same.
Guys, I'm so excited for Sunday's episode.
Same.
Like, oh my God.
I don't know how Samantha's going to react, but
That's if it goes the way we were expecting it to
Yeah.
go.
to go.
I mean, Samantha did kiss Ronnie in the challenge and she said because she just wanted to kiss Ronnie. Do we believe that or do we think it was a little bit of revenge just to kind of like get back at Joey?
I think it's 50-50 because if she wanted to do revenge, I feel like she would have gone for Will just because he's a new boy, like get him on his toes a little bit. Another bit was she kissed him for player and I think she obviously had her girls back.
No, that was Uma that had the girl
Uma
back. She was kissing him.
Yeah, so, okay, then for me, I feel like if she wanted to get him on his toes, the best way would have been the new guy.
boy,
So that's why I might
No,
be
I feel like attacking where home is
it?
actually kind of hurtful because they're kind of already boys.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, you've been in this villa the whole time, but now you're snogging him like this. Like,
That's a bit cheeky then, because isn't Jess her girl? Like, the bond there, and because of the amount of time they've been very much Harriet, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Low key, is that cheeky?
I think it's kind of cheeky because she said on cam, I just wanted to snog Ronnie.
yeah.
So realistic, I feel like it's like she did want to snog Ronnie and she's trying to show she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Well, on Snogs, we had Grace, and her question was, kiss the gobbiest islander or something along those lines.
Okay.
And she kissed Joey.
Yeah.
But she didn't just kiss Joey.
He had his hands on her waist.
When she first came into the villa, it was like, oh, nice to see you. And it was kind of like hands on waist, like, nice to see you.
he was
kind of
looking
vibe.
her down like he was
Ready. But that kiss.
That was a serious kiss.
That was a kiss.
That was like a, you know when you haven't seen someone for ages.
Yeah.
Old flame.
Ooh.
It's a way in their hands, like she touched his face.
What?
All this body language is like a thing. Like, it was.
Yeah,
brilliant.
it was a good kiss. But do we think it was an excuse to kiss him? Because it's
Yeah.
like, old
Yeah, no,
flame,
100%.
and very bold.
'Cause-
I feel like kissing in challenges, it's like a free green card.
Yeah.
Like, even if I give you the sloppiest kiss, I can't really get in trouble.
And I feel like from the three-way kiss, that probably reminded her what
Yeah,
she
like,
was
let me do it
missing.
again.
She was
Let me
like,
do it again.
wow,
I wanna
you
see
know,
myself
you just
now.
jogged my memory. Let's go again. Let's see. Just me and you now.
Yeah. I mean, do we think Grace and Joey will get back together or have a little...
It's too early to
Same.
predict that. It's too early to say.
I mean, okay, predictions, quick ones. On Sunday night's episode, we saw that the Islanders are going to be able to spend 24 hours with each other in some sort of hideaway retreat. Do we think potentially Grace could pick Joey?
I hope she does.
Same. I think she could, because they have like unfinished business. Even though it was frosty, this is maybe the chance for them to clear it up and see if now, 2 months later, we're in different mindsets,
Yeah.
different positions, if we could, or she'll just be like, do you know what, Omar? Because she
Yeah,
did make
she
it
did
clear
say
that
She did.
Omar's her type.
But he
Yeah.
needs to start spitting correct game.
Yeah, Omar needs to...
Yeah, I feel like Omar and, unfortunately, Aya are in the same boat when it comes to Riz.
Yeah.
It's just not good enough.
No,
I
put
feel
some
like
respect on my brother Ayo.
You like Ayo's Riz,
No,
but
no.
I...
You know what? Ayo is a smooth talker, but I feel like it gets to a point where his talking points get repetitive.
Yes.
And it's not hitting the same. In the beginning,
yeah.
it hits because you sound very like articulate, you're good with your words, but then you just keep saying the same thing now. It's like we're seeing your game. So that's why his Riz is falling off for me now.
Yeah.
But Omar's Riz, what did he say to Umar? It's like,
Have you ever had love at first sight? Do you know what? I thought that was kind of like a lead up. He was trying to get Umar to be like, yeah, fell in love with you kind of vibe.
her reply though was good, but then
Yeah.
it's like you need to know how to like get that back.
Yeah,
When you fly a plane, you have to remember how to land it. Like, just
Love
say
that
it.
analogy.
You know?
I might have found the one in the villa, but there's only one mobile provider that you should be coupled up with, and that's Sky Mobile. They should be your type on paper because they make it all about me. And who doesn't want that? Sky Mobile lets you upgrade your phone and plan so you can swap it in for a newer model. You can even do the dumping over text.
You're now single, therefore you have been dumped from the island.
Text PAC to 65075 to switch to Sky Mobile today. We saw Harriett and Jess. They had a little bit of what I would say back and forth at the mini fire pit last night.
Yeah.
Do we feel like Jess is deliberately getting at Harriett? Or
Yes.
do we think, like she said, she's just live, direct, straightforward? What do we think about that?
For me personally, I do feel like, unfortunately, Harriet didn't have the best start with the whole Nicole situation.
Yeah.
So that's kind of left a sour taste, I'd say, in Jess's mouth. And then we've got the Ronnie situation. So that's another thing. They had an argument in the dressing room one time and it felt like Jess was really going in. And then now we've got another situation. And what I didn't like from that conversation, because I do like Jess, she's very bold. Like, I think she's got a strong personality and I do like that. It's just the comment where it was like, oh, that's my personality if you don't like it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's not giving accountability. Like, someone's clearly
Upset.
by your behaviour, your tone. It's okay just to say, listen, I didn't know I did that. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do that. Now I know that this offends you or this upsets you. I will tone it down.
Yeah.
But just ignoring her upsetness and the fact she's explained that to you and taking as deal with it, that's just what I didn't rate.
I agree. What do you think, Dami?
Like I told you, I like Jess's personality.
Yeah.
She is bold. But I feel like in that type of situation, me, myself, personally, I don't like being in a situation where people are cutting you off, they're not letting you speak. And it's very like, the way Harry handled it, I feel like was actually calm because she had her right to actually get up and shout back. But she kind of like was calm and she told her like, look, you sound like you actually have like some, I don't know if the word is animosity or something from it. We need to like park this and let it go.
Yeah, she wanted to squash it, like just be civil.
But the thing is, I feel like Jess doesn't like competition. Because in one breath, you keep saying you're the prize, but you have to compete for prizes. And all the girls are prizes. Do you know what I mean? So, but she doesn't like the fact that there's competition with her, but it's not Harriet you should be angry at. It's
Ronnie.
Ronnie's the one that can't pick.
And they're both in the same position. So it's like, we're both in the same position. It's not like I'm higher than you, you're higher than me. Ronnie is the problem without calling it the problem.
And one thing I don't get is like, you did that whole recoupling speech. You've said Parker Ronnie to the side. As soon as the speech finished, Ronnie, can I chat to you? Bring Ronnie over to the fireplace.
She's like, oh, you know I did that, didn't you?
You know I did that. You're even coming in and saying, oh, she's not going to be as good as me. It's like, what do you really want here? It's like, are you trying to stand on business? Or are you just... you know.
What I really liked with that situation as well is when Joey kind of stepped in. And I feel this is where us girls and us boys like react to things. I feel like guys sometimes have a bit more of a logical approach and we can be quite emotional. So I feel like in that setting, obviously emotions are heightened, but Joey is logically trying to tell Harriet, like, chill, this is not the situation. When he said, oh no, we don't need the girls involved, it's between you twos, I loved that because it just was like, that's how that kind of pack mentality would start. And he's like, we're not trying to do all that. He's kind of
ganging up on
and because he's her friend, without doing too much and being rude to Jess, he's basically been like, let's park it here, let's be civil, no one needs to get involved, and I rate Joey for that.
In the challenge, Harriet kissed Jess on the cheek for the most untrustworthy islander.
She stood on business again.
The game is the game. Now, she had to give it back though.
Very spicy, and Jess responded saying feelings mutual. Spicy and frosty. But do you know what? It was warranted because I feel like in that challenge, I feel like automatically you feel like you need to kiss a guy or someone of the opposite sex. But she didn't. And she's like, actually, I don't think it's any of the boys. I think it's you.
I like that.
She ate with that.
She ate up. Yeah, we were all like...
I was surprised. When she actually like, oh, I'll just kiss Justin. I was like, okay.
Yeah. You were expecting a little snog, weren't you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded one, but, I'll take the kiss on the cheek.
No, I feel like when she said, I think we were all like, oh.
Okay. I was like, are we doing this now?
But I thought Jess was going in for a snog.
I thought Harriet was going to snog her because when she said Jess, I was like,
are they gonna
that would have been some good TV. That went down in the history for.
No, that was epic. They didn't call anything outside of like her name or me. It was just like, who was the least trustworthy means who do I trust the least? And you two don't trust each other.
And that's the one thing I read about her. It's very like, she's kind of still sweet in her responses. She's not calling you out your name. It's very just like this, that, that's it.
I think they're both actually very direct. I think Harriet is actually very direct. When she feels a certain way or she actually wants to do something, she won't tiptoe around it. She'll actually do it. But she's not rude with it. Like even with her getting to know Ronnie, despite how awkward it is, she's not let any of this knock her back and be like, oh, do you know what? I just can't be asked. She's just been like, I'm
gonna go over it. If it works.
I've actually just remembered, I think Jess and Harriet actually have this feud of competition going on. Because remember that time they were on the bench and then Harriet revealed to Jess that, he said he was thinking about me last night. So that, I think it all adds into this whole Jessie and her thing. So I feel like it's a combination of all that stuff that's actually like still brewing.
How did you guys feel about Jess leaving the room when they were kissing? Because that must have been hard, you know. I think, especially when you stood in business, like, I don't care. Clearly, you still care. That's why I feel like she shouldn't have done all of that too soon. She just played it cool.
Yeah.
I feel like you gave your man away. Yeah. Trying to prove a point. You gave your guy away and then he's got to do what he needs to do. But
and he owes her nothing now because there's a conversation where they asked him, you going to tell her? And he's like, nah, he doesn't have to. Like, they're not in a couple. Like, she's deaded it.
And also, I feel like it's a little bit awkward because she was all saying like, oh, she's not going to be better in bed than me. But then he goes and kisses her in bed.
Yeah, it's a bit
the first night.
You got to be humble.
You got to be humble.
You have to
no, but
be.
That's
humbling.
I won't even sleep the night. I'll go over and pull the cover out and like, stop this right now.
That is so humbling. Like,
because tables turn in that villa. Like, I think how you handle situation can really be spun round back on you.
Sorry, I am never giving away my girl to prove a point. There's none of that.
I want what I want.
You're not your girl or you're not the other guy. So you generally, when you put that in place, you really don't know what's going to happen.
I feel like she was expecting Ronnie to run back and fight for her. And when that doesesn't happen, it's like, I've just played my trump card or is it your joker card?
You tried to throw your hand and it didn't work out. All bets in. Didn't work out. Nah.
So I've gone there playing Switch and like I feel like I've got a good set.
You got a good set.
Clear me
nah, your hand was bad.
So Tiffany, we saw that she pulled Ronnie for a chat and then he told the boys that he thinks she's really buff. Do we see a little future here maybe?
Ronnie likes what he likes, man. So there is potentially something. I feel like he's really attracted to Tiffany. So I don't know if there's a future because it's Ronnie. Ronnie's kind of a menace. In a good way.
He gives me like Dennis the Menace.
That's what he reminds me of. Like
Dennis the Menace.
It's like whenever the girls have like some problems with me, he's like, yeah,
he's so nonchalant. I don't appreciate it. Like I love his geezer vibe, but like sometimes when I'm seeing him have conversations, like even when Tiffany pulled him for a chat around the fire pit, she was like really getting into it, and he was just like, yeah.
chill.
And I'm like, say something,
But
please.
maybe that's what the girls love, that kind of like...
they do.
Not like, you can't read him too much.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
you know
it
what
makes
he's
you want to know
thinking.
more.
Compared to Sean,
Yeah.
he tells you
bit
everything.
mystery.
Yeah.
Oh, my sweet.
Oh, Sean's too sweet. He's actually so endearing. There's going to be someone for Sean. There's always someone for someone.
Yeah.
Like, someone's going to appreciate him.
Yeah,
I don't know if
absolutely.
Jess really will or if she'll actually give him the time that she should.
I think Jess is a bit too for him.
Yeah.
Same,
Yeah.
I agree. I don't know, he could go back to Jess, he could go back to Harriet.
Nah,
but I
he
think
ain't going back to Jess.
What about Harriet?
I don't know. Even the Harriet thing, I don't know. I feel like the way the whole triangle went out, it's like, I don't really feel like he actually liked
Both of them like
both
that
of them like
anyways.
that. So it's like, if it goes well with Tiffany right now, like, we're not going to hear about Harriet anymore in the next 2 episodes, I don't think.
That would actually upset me. I thought that she's had a hard time.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And she's had to really, like you said, she hasn't kind of just gone in a shell.
Yeah.
She's still kept going.
Yeah.
So I feel like she has a good redemption story.
Yeah.
So it would be nice. I feel like for all of that and all the stuff she's had to deal with the Jess situation, it would be nice if Ronnie and her just kind of went with it.
I see Harriet with someone else, but he's not in the villa
Yeah,
yet.
not yet.
But I don't
not
see
yet.
her with Ronnie. I don't think that's her man.
I personally feel like at this moment,
'Cause of
I feel like
Tiffany,
Ronnie's a little bit not put off, but he's not focused on Jess at all.
Yeah.
Like, he's given himself the time to explore and get to know people. Like, he's not worried about that situation at all.
But I don't know, if I was Jess, I don't know if I'd take a man like Ronnie back.
She would take him back.
Because she's been
She
taking...
will,
No,
though.
she will.
She kind of like tells him off all the time to just be like, you know what, I told you off, didn't I? And then like be like, yeah,
Yeah.
come on then, let's get back on
It's
track.
like,
But
a school teacher that gives you...
Yes,
That's like giving
she
you...
gives her teacher.
She does.
She does.
Like she's teaching him a lesson.
Detention.
Like, I'm doing this so that you can
So
learn.
you can learn,
It's
yeah.
like,
It's like, actually, I just won't do my homework.
You want to do your homework.
I won't do it.
But you know what? Like, we got to give it to her. She's been consistent. She's
Yeah.
outspoken. She is who she is, and she knows what she wants. And like, you can't really shake that. And
Yeah.
not many girls are like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She stands on business, and like, you have to rate it. Do you know what I
And
mean?
you know what won't work for Ronnie might work for someone else.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%.
Because some men do like when a woman's straightforward and just stands on business. It's like, you know, actually, this is how I want to be treated. If you don't do it, jog on. So
Because I'm not going to lie, Jess is actually an amazing woman. If someone wiped up, like, she has great morals
like,
and great
that's the
standards.
thing. I really
Like,
loved how she was going for what she wanted. She actually wasn't taking any like.
And she was
nonsense.
really chilled. Like, I
Yeah.
remember one conversation with her and Ronnie, they were on the daybeds, and they're like, yeah, I like how we're going. It's no pressure.
Yeah.
And it seemed so chill. But I just think because it's an intense environment and, you know, you want to lock in who you're
Yeah,
with and just
yeah.
do the journey with them.
Yeah.
She's a lady that just wants love and respect.
Yeah. So we had Kieran, and in the challenge, his question was to snog the two girls that you would most like to have a threesome with. So out of respect, he kissed Nicole, obviously,
Yeah.
and then he kissed Jess. But we saw him having a little cheeky whisper to Omar and saying that he actually would have chosen Grace if it didn't cause any trouble.
I don't know. I feel like that's just a cop-out. And you're on TV, so what you're whispering is going to get shown anyway
Maybe
in
not.
the end. And it's like, Nicole, up there kissing the mans.
Yeah.
So why are we playing it safe for? It's like, it's a challenge, it's a game. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you're doing cop-outs like that, it's like you're not actually enjoying yourself.
And he's
you're
not
holding
being
yourself
true.
back.
Yeah,
like
he's
there's
not
no
being true
point.
to himself.
There's no point coming on this show to hold yourself back.
You know, some people just don't like drama.
You don't like drama, but your girl, I'm sorry, if we were there and you're lipsing other men, and they come to me and ask me, I'm gonna go lips.
Yeah, but
Like-
what if he just doesn't like drama? And he just, like he said, he didn't want to cause trouble. And it's like, okay, do we think that his head will turn at this point?
No,
So maybe he wanted to do it in a more like respectful way or like not so like obvious in a challenge.
But do you know what? Like, this is why he shouldn't have done that. Because let me tell you, he's in a position right now, where he's not in something committed.
Yeah.
So if he is having them temptations, he's having them urges, do it now.
Yeah.
He wanted to kiss her, clearly he's attracted to her.
Yeah.
And the question, if you had to have a threesome,
It's
this
not
is a
saying
once
have
in
a
a lifetime
threesome.
opportunity.
Yeah,
You can actually pick the
you
girl
can-
of your dreams and the girl you're coupled to, she's also your girl of your dreams, and do it. Because if there's a situation now where it's not a challenge and the urges are getting in him more, he can fumble, and you don't know how Nicole and him will be then. Just do it now.
He said a couple episodes ago that him and Nicole are 140% committed.
Oh, no, he's done. He's done out. Bro, turn it off, man. He's done.
Got the
And
camera.
when you start saying stuff like that, you're done.
But I mean,
You're
here
done.
he is saying that he would have chosen Grace. So do we think now he's going to start backtracking on that 140%?
Yeah, 100%.
And pull up for
You
a
need to
chat?
do it fast.
Yeah.
You can't keep swimming yourself into the deep end because that's when you're leading someone on. It's like you have to be true to yourself. Don't say things you don't mean.
Yeah, that's the thing. Don't say things you don't mean. I feel like even Nicole, because when she was talking to Will, she didn't say to him like, oh, I'm closed off.
So she said it would take a lot for my head to be turned.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean it can't be turned.
Exactly.
That
So
is
it's like a never say never.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it can't.
Press the right buttons,
Yeah,
say the right thing.
and it will
Yeah.
turn.
It could turn.
wow.
And Will did say he's not there to step on toes. He's, there to stamp
Stamp
on
on
them.
it.
Yeah.
That's a man that stands on business.
She had to stamp on those toes.
Yeah.
So maybe Will apply that pressure.
Yeah. And he did kiss her.
Yeah, and that's when he was even saying all the eagles.
The socks on him because he was looking away. She was
She
lipsing
was
him off.
lipsing him off.
She was lipsing him off. Like,
And then you copped out.
if Nicole didn't kiss Will, I'd hear it, but she did.
She did. That's what I'm
So
saying.
if
it's
he
respect
didn't
on
kiss,
both fields,
if she didn't kiss Will, I would understand why he'd feel a bit like, oh, actually, no, I don't want to kiss Grace. It's a bit
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But she did kiss someone, so I actually opened the floor for him to just go ahead and do it. Like, you don't need to feel like shy or like scared or like because she did it.
But one thing I would rate, if he didn't kiss her and he didn't say anything, and that was his
he kept
actual
it to
decision.
himself.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you didn't kiss her and then you're saying, oh, you actually want to kiss this person.
Especially
it's
instantly. It's not even like the next day
Yeah.
you thought about it. He said it
Straight away.
straight
So it's
away.
Straight away.
So it's like he's not coming from any like trying to respect this. It's like you just copped out.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it's such a shame. I think if Grace was to apply the pressure, Kieran would be in a tricky situation.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Apply that pressure.
He's off. I mean, boys will be boys. We saw them running around that garden during the challenge.
One thing I'll
Jumping
say is
up
the
and
boys
down.
need to act like they've been here before.
They're running around like they've never seen women. Oh my God! Like
They're probably
calm
jumping on each
down.
other.
Now they're excited though. Boys will be
exciting,
boys.
though,
It's
yeah.
exciting. Like, you
But
know,
I mean,
new.
can we really speak? Us last night when we saw Joey and Grace kissing,
Yeah,
we were
like
jumping up all over the chairs, all three of us.
Oh,
So
okay,
so I
it's
get
that
it.
kind of excitement.
And it's
innit?
like they haven't had fresh faces, new faces in a minute. It's just been Omar and Umar.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
they've got 2 new girls and a guy. So it's really
It's like-
changed the
Yeah,
dynamic.
it's
So
changes
they're
the dynamic.
excited.
It's fun. But I get how it could be insensitive to the girls though.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Why are you so excited?
And the girls are
Yeah.
never like that, you know. Even at home, I don't think we really like that.
You sure, girls? You guys don't really get like, oh, you see
I
a guy
feel
coming.
like everyone's gonna get a bit like, ooh, when we see someone kissing because it's exciting and it's like
But
funny.
So you guys' thing is seeing people kissing, and then that's where you get your little
I know,
photos.
I'm like, when I see people kissing, it's
It's
like, I'm screaming.
Yeah,
I'm so
it's
sorry.
like excited.
Yeah,
Because it's
she texted me, sending me the video 5 times. It's like I've already seen the video.
We're touching back to
Like,
the eye of me.
she's like,
I was sending it to him like,
sending
oh
5
my
times.
God.
And I'm like, do you want to join me? How many times are you going to send me
I was like,
this
no, I
video?
actually don't. I was like, no, when you looking at this, like, you know when you go back and like you break it down, you're like, no, look
I actually
at
started
the kiss.
breaking down as well, and I started getting a bit hot. I was like, okay, I get what you mean.
And then trying to dissect who's the better kisser, like who's leaning in more.
Who was doing the tongue?
Yeah,
You know?
like, it's quite an interesting thing.
You
yeah.
okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Calm down for a
It's
minute.
going to be hot already again.
I'm all right. Well, guys, on that note, we have reached the end of the podcast.
I'm so sad.
What a lovely morning, Dami. Thank you for joining us
Thank you. I
this
feel like I
morning.
came in on the best episode, to be
You
honest.
did.
This
You
was-
came
this was
in
really
on a
good.
really strong
loved it.
episode. Mariam. Oh, give it up for Mariam, guys. Give her a round of applause.
I've been here for a whole week,
A
guys.
whole week.
You've
You did
been
it.
smashing it.
Thank you, best
did
week
it.
of my
It's
life.
absolutely amazing. Let's cheers to that, guys.
Cheers.
Woo. Cheers. Woo. An amazing episode. And next week, we'll be joined with the lovely Nadia J. And we will see you again on Sunday for After Sun. Bye.